Hi, I'm Linda Roy from Lighter with Linda. I'm sitting in a car in the rain, so you're going to hear the pitter-patter of the rain on the roof. And it's in a beautiful location, and I'm drinking some matcha tea while I'm taking a break from a meditation retreat that I'm on. I wanted to take a moment to share with you my journey today and the big aha that I had, in case it's of any resonance with you today. In the retreat, I had a chance to speak with Larry, a financial advisor called the thefinancialshaman.com, thefinancialshaman.com, and he was just wonderful. And I didn't get to speak to him, but I got to have my question in text, written to him, and he responded. And my question had to do with every time I start a course or try to work on my course about plant-based lifestyle for emotional eating, aka feeling lighter in body, mind, and spirit, I feel in my gut a bunch of tension and dread. And I was asking him, does he think that that would be most likely my fear, or that it would be a spiritual insight that says this is not the way to go? Because I've always heard, trust your gut. And his response was actually super clear. And he said, well, it's in your gut, so it's probably fear. It's not in your heart. And I realized, oh, right. So I want to follow my heart more than follow my fear. And if fear kind of shows up more in the gut, then by not having actually started my course, I've actually given in to fear. I thought by stepping away from it all this last few months and considering not doing any course at all, that the ease and tension in my gut that I had was showing me that, well, see, that wasn't for you. Even though I still had the longing. I really did. I wanted to connect with you, and I wanted to show up and share the journey with you, because this is not something that we should have to go through alone in this life. When life gets heavy, it's really nice to come alongside people that really get you and care and are on a similar journey, so that we can all put the heaviness down, laugh and play, and even put it all in perspective without having to put on a Pollyanna, pretend it's not there, stuff all the uncomfortable emotions in a closet so that we can just carry on. It's so much more freeing and empowering to be able to be okay with all of the emotions, to be okay with everything that is right now, rather than have to compartmentalize things and not look at parts that are uncomfortable. So what I learned today was that, yes, I'd much rather follow my heart, and yet I can trust my gut because my gut was saying something is wrong here. So as I look back at my course and the things that were coming up from me that were causing a lot of anxiety and stress in my gut, I started to realize that I was having to wrestle with, am I enough? Am I walking my talk enough to be worth listening to? And I started to realize just today that what's the measure of that? That I have pounds to lose, that I am aging, that I'm not clear of clutter, that I'm not completely enlightened and light in every way. how do you measure that, and why does that matter? Why does it matter that you've arrived? It doesn't. This is a journey I'll be on the rest of my life, to let things go, to make peace with all that is, to learn to enforce boundaries out of love and compassion, not out of fear or out of judgment, but out of what's resonating with my heart, which isn't always clear to the mind. The mind-gut connection is super clear. And we go through fear a lot of the day, a lot of the time, because the mind is constantly working with its negative thoughts, that little chatter in the brain constantly, that little narrator putting a spin on everything to protect us, right? That's its job. And my job now is to thank it, listen to it, be the space for it, but not believe that I am it. I understand that I'm not the narrator in my head, that I have a narrator that's trying to make sense of all the things coming in through my senses. But I'm the one with senses. I'm the one with a mind. I'm the one that it is preaching to try to convince me not to try, not to risk, not to put myself out there. And that kind of safety that my mind tries to generate when I really take a big chance or step out of my comfort zone, of course it's going to act like that. It doesn't know the future. My mind relies on my history, all the programming I've had, the things I learned through traumas in life, and it's going to try to protect me in every way it can, which serves me a lot of the time in normal everyday occurrences. You know, don't walk across the street without looking both ways kinds of things. But when it comes to stretching who you are, following your heart and connecting with others and living your purpose, when the mind tells you somehow you're not worthy, you're not enough, you're too fat, you're too old, you're too inexperienced, you're not worthy. Oh my gosh, that is not you. That is not your heart. That is not God's voice. That is strong words to try to protect you when you're not listening to its little warnings. Those are the kind of heavy words that come up when you want to go for a bike ride and you haven't done that in a long time, and you've put on a little weight and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't be seen on a bike. Or you want to join the gym now that things are starting to open up in our world and your area is safe and you've got your COVID shots and you're feeling like, okay, maybe I could join a gym again. And then you're thinking, oh, but no, I've gained weight and I'd be so embarrassed to be there. What? That is the mind. That is not the heart. If you feel like, no, I want to start moving my body again. I want to feel stronger again. I want my body to be its healthiest, best possible body that it can be today, and let it grow from there. When you're thinking that way, that's of the heart. All the rest of it is just your mind trying to shut it down. And I've kind of had enough of it. I'm starting to see through it each day, and thank you for listening. I think I am very sure that I am going to be sharing my journey, putting myself out there, thanking the inner little critic slash inner narrator for its warnings and contributions. But I'm going to write down the phrases that it says and have the counter, my heart counter to it written right next to it. And I'll show up for you. And if it resonates with you, I am so, so glad. Please let me know if this resonated and in what way that this might have for you. And wow. Just having explained that out loud empowered the bigger space of love of me, and actually kind of eased my mind. Perhaps there's something to that the mind will get quieter if it knows that you're not in danger, that you've got this. Maybe paying attention to the heart's voice allows the mind to say, oh, okay, she's not in a panic. We are not going to die because we're putting ourselves out there. We're going to be okay. She's here. And my heart knows that its connection with God and all that is where I draw my true strength, my true love, and that I'm an eternal being. And I've got nothing to lose by taking a chance and putting myself out there to share. You know, if I'm rejected and if I'm not worthy and if I'm not enough and what I share doesn't have value to anyone else, okay. So why would that mean I can't try? That's a very limiting, small little story to compartmentalize and put me in a little box that keeps me from feeling free and sharing. Thank you. Good to talk with you. See you next time.